activity, but everything's very benign, very just friendly or curious, or they're just doing their own thing.
I think they're just doing their own thing.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't had anything bad, which is nice. So.
I'd be very careful that anybody summon or
Oh yeah, we don't.
Oh yeah.
Ouija board.
That's why we say no Ouija boards, no spirit boards, no witch boards.
Whatever you want to call it,
None of that.
I mean, I was gonna pull out the black mirror last night and see if I can call something to the mirror, but I was like, nah, better not.
Yeah.
I don't want to let anything bad.
Exactly. What's here is cool. We want to keep it that way.
Yeah. We have to live here. We want them to stay nice.
Well, now I go, there was bad spirits there, so it really wouldn't make much difference.
Yeah.
Plus, nobody actually lives there, so
Yeah.
usually in places that we've got a couple places people live in, like residential. A couple of them didn't want us to take any photographs or film anything. They just want us to come, like, see what happens, which is interesting.
So we do have some speculation that there was a Civil War encampment on our property at one point. We're not really completely sure. I'll be doing some metal detecting this week, where we suspect it might have been. But the Confederates came through here, right through here, and occupied Waynesboro at the time. And people think that there was one like right in our yard was where they might have been encamped.
Because they also went into people's houses and took people's houses.
Yeah. We don't think that there was anything built here before this house, as far as homes. But as far as we know,
yeah.
it was
as far as
here.
we know, this house was built in 1908. There wasn't anything else here. It was just walnut trees. So that's why it's called Walnut Hill Manor.
We're like 40 walnut trees, and now we have one. Which I can't imagine cleaning up after 40 walnut trees.
So many
one
walnuts.
tree in my property, it's like, it drops leaves in their waters like nonstop.
They drop walnuts, like one tree, thousands of walnuts from one tree. It's crazy.
Yeah.
When I cut grass, there's like projectiles flying.
I've been bad. Like, we put in thyme and stuff, so we don't have to cut grass. I've
No,
done
that's smart.
everything I could to try to cut down. I gravelled and plastic gravelled the outside driveway and stuff. I've done everything in my power to cut down housework. And there's so much. Like, I have lived in an old house. I think it was built in 1923, or Shippensburg old anyway. And it's interesting. Jimmy saw our ghost. Our ghost lives in the basement. He comes up and stands in the living room of our house, and he eyeballs people.
Yeah. As far as we can tell here, it's mostly women.
Yeah. Yeah, from what we know.
And now maybe 2 guys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But no, we had a good time. We all enjoyed ourselves.
Fantastic.
Good.
And we had a good time.
Good. Well, I'm Anastasia. This is Seth.
Yep.
We're owners of Walnut Hill Manor, and we'd be happy to host your groups. And we'd be happy to hope you have you guys back as well. You guys were fantastic.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
We definitely probably come back.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we didn't really explore the upstairs or downstairs. And
There's a lot going on everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd also like to get set up on the outside and take a look around the side.
Sure.
I myself felt there was actually blood spilled or maybe even bodies buried on the property or in this area. I felt that there's actually a blood and bone connection to the ground. That there's actually something attached, maybe not necessarily to the house, but to the property.
That happens a lot.
Yeah. So, not sure.
The only water source here is down the hill. There's a little Antietam Creek runs through there.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, there's so much history in this area. I mean, Revolutionary on up.
French and Indian
Indian War. I mean, this land goes back even into Indian times.
Oh yeah.
So we don't really know about that, but yeah, I think there's enough stuff in the house and the grounds to be at least interested to explore it.
Definitely. One of the oldest houses around here is right down the hill from us. It's family that's been there for hundreds of years.
Yeah. It's like the same family lineage, too.
I don't feel there's any children ghosts here.
No.
Because we had no hits on any of the children toys. And that's usually like, we always get hits when there's children spirits.
Yeah, so we think it's a teenager, not a child.
Yeah.
It's weird because I only got like 2 hits on the whiskey bottle, and like none on the cigarettes or anything like that. So it's like like the trigger objects really didn't do any real good here. Like I said, the only thing that really did good was the dead bell, and we had a lot of EMF activity.
We know the owners liked to party.
Mm-hmm.
The original builders.
Whenever we have parties at this house, we have more activity kind of stirred up. That's when a lot of people see things, and maybe part of it too is that there's more people in the house to see things. But we have people see the apparitions and orbs. Matt had said that at one point he woke up, it sounded like there was a conference going on downstairs.
But I know just from local newspaper articles that when the people who built this house hosted parties all the time. The third floor was actually never an attic. It was designed as the billiard room.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so the men would kind of escape upstairs to play pool and smoke cigars and yep.
Nice. Well, we actually did think there was people dance. There used to be a dance floor down here. They used to do dances and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely, they definitely did. Yeah, they built it to host and entertain. The porch, all the pictures, most of the pictures we have of the family are all outside on the porch. And there's one of the builder, Henry, standing over here in this corner with a telescope, looking out over his grounds and everything. That's pretty cool.
Well, Michelle felt that they were. She saw them having a party here and doing like a table knocking type seance type deal. So.
It was the right time. I mean, the spiritualist movement was at its height when this was built.
She never saw the pictures, just a couple pictures inside the house. She didn't get to be here, so she was just on, Facebook chat. So I did put her on video chat so she could see the EMF going off the dead bell a little bit. But she felt that they actually had like seances, and she said they had like all different kinds of crazy parties here.
Yep.
Yep.
So,
that tracks.
That tracks from what we know.
Yeah, that's one of the things she said. I don't know if I put my notes from that, but she said she said there's a spirit of a dog here, or a small cat, or a large cat.
We've had hits on a small dog here with the other group that came.
So, they said she said it was either a large cat or a small dog.
Well, it could also be Miso. Maybe Miso followed us.
Oh, I hope it's Miso. Miso was our ghost cat at our last house.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was my cat, and he had to get put down pretty young.
Yeah.
But he was a big cat. He was a ragdoll, so he's about 20 pounds and was just a huge
cat. Yeah.
And
she said it's either a large cat or a small dog.
And we would hear a heavy cat jump off a bed on the second floor when we'd be down in the kitchen, and my cat's sitting right beside me. He's just thump, 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 thump.
Do you have some ashes here?
No.
No, okay. Could just follow you.
Yeah, we tried to get him to follow us.
Well, I have my cat's ashes here.
Yeah,
I have
he was
Boots's.
also a big cat.
Boots was a big cat. He was a snowshoe Siamese.
But
It's weird you say that, because I actually thought there was animal remains, but you have taxidermy stuff here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I kept his ashes.
There are lots of animal remains.
Well, I was sitting there just contemplating. I actually felt like there was like remains here, so beloved remains. So that actually like fits. Michelle said a hard hand who did trees, and he didn't garden. And she said there was a woman in the house. That was her hits.
Yeah.
And then,
well, they probably would have had a guy if there was that many walnut trees here. They would have had somebody dealing with that.
But then again, see, when we were doing the obelisk and the dead bell, it was basically saying greenhouse, and we were asking what plants he grew, and no, it was always no, everything. So that actually checks it with flowers. We didn't know they didn't make flowers here, or they had greenhouses.
No, yeah, you had no idea about that. We did not tell you anything.
No.
That was interesting. My thought that was interesting.
Yeah, the greenhouses were all like over here on this side between us and Clayton. Where all the greenhouses were, where the baseball fields are.
That's where the greenhouses were? Oh, okay.
Cool.
Awesome.
Anyway, that was it. So if you want to share anything else, that'd be more. Or...
That's all we got.
Yeah. I think that's everything. So other than that, like we've been in the house for about a year. We've experienced a lot of little things here and there, like shadows, small apparitions, orbs, things moving by themselves sometimes, but it's not been anything bad. So
Well, I'd never seen anything in my life until I moved here. So,
And then sometimes the TV on the third floor will turn on by itself. It has like that background music, so I think they just want music on because they've figured out how to turn the TV on.
They might.
Yeah, they might. We'll see.
They might. They know how to turn radios on.
Yeah.
I was surprised they didn't get more activity out of the spirit boxes, but
Sometimes they're shy, I think, when they're new. Because we had a small table tipping session a few days before the first full investigation we had here. And we let them know, like, hey, we're going to have people over. Is it fine with you if they come over? Can you interact with them? Is it okay with you? And at first, like, they were definitely shy with the table tipping session. As it went on, they kind of warmed up to it a little bit. But then same thing with the other investigation. The first investigation we had, you guys are only our second, is the evening started a little slow, and then it kind of ramped up as it went on. So if you come back, hopefully they'll be familiar with you and they'll be more willing to reach out to you and interact with you.
We'll definitely come back.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to figure out what we're going to do. So
fantastic.
They said May 9th we're going to the Franklin County Jail. I rented it for 3 hours, so go down the old tunnels and we're doing extra lessons on the gallows. We used to hang people and stuff. So
Wow.
we'll see what happens there.
There's lots of fascinating places around here to check out.
I was kind of disappointed they wouldn't let us do the John Brown house because they had ghost investigation there, tamper with stuff and steal stuff. So they're not really wanting to let
I don't blame them.
Yeah,
group,
that's
do it.
unfortunate.
And then, like we Octagonal House in Kentucky. It's because it's like on my bucket list.
It's a cool house.
I'm smiling. They want us to have more of a YouTube presence and more of a social media presence before they allow us to film there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we're trying to actually develop that now. So
Yeah, it's a fascinating house.
it'll be like actually I think you're our third major investigation.
Oh, cool.
Oh, good.
Fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah, we did Gaysburg Contrails. That was interesting. And then we did what else we did? We did Night Glow. That was a fun one. We did a couple little in-home investigations, which I'm always kind of like a little leery of them, So mostly for people from work. Let's see, we've done, of course, you guys. What's somewhere else too? Where did we go? Well, we did one of those paranormal tours down Gettysburg, and we've been to the Suicide Bridge, which we had a bunch of hits off the cigarette pack, and it was just kind of different. Like, I don't know if you've ever been to Suicide Bridge. It's the Eisenhower Bridge.
Okay.
And there's like I don't know, it's kind of a weird vibe energy there. And there's a witch tree, they hung a witch down there. And there's a lot of satanic activity there. And the game people have actually put up, the park people have actually put up cameras there to monitor the area because of the people doing witchcraft and sacrificing animals and stuff at the tree.
Yeah.
But of course, you know about Sachs Bridge and the history there too. There's actually something demonic there. Basically, during the battle, there's a whole bunch of Confederate soldiers that were laying there wounded. They got abandoned. Well, the farmer hated the South and the Confederates, so he released his hogs, and they feasted and ate the wounded soldiers who couldn't defend themselves.
Oh, wow.
And they were basically eaten alive by these semi-wild feral pigs.
Well, pigs will do it no matter what.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's like a lot of horribleness there. There's interesting stuff we got off there. There's some interesting EVP stuff there. Didn't really capture anything on film, but like I said, we had some EVP that was interesting, and it was just creepy.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But anyway, I'll let you guys get going.
Absolutely.
So, we'll turn this off.